Y'all know what it is, your boy Big Boosie, man. I'm back, man. I'm back. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification so you know when I'm up here. And please hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, man. YouTube playing with my numbers again, man. You're playing with my numbers. Shadow ban something. What's going on, YouTube? Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. Working too hard over here. Working too hard. So y'all hit them like button for me, man. Things ain't adding up. But what's good, man? My phone been going off the hook. Been going off the hook. I was gonna stay away from the situation, the conversation. I was gonna stay away from it. But hold on one second, y'all. We let some more people come up in here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Wait for some more people to come in, y'all. We wait for some more people. Uh, yeah, I was gonna try to stay away from it. Well, my phone going off the hook. I'm gonna give my assessment of the Jay Z, the Dame Dash saying Jay Z, Reasonable Doubt album. Nobody really was checking for it like that. The kids, they don't know or care about Jay Z. And in my mind, to be honest, me, I've been doing music for a while. I've been dealing with artists. And when I deal with artists, I don't really, me myself, I don't really cater to too many big artist period music, or even if it's an artist that's got a big buzz now and rocking, and the record is a big record, I'll know about it, hear about it, and I just know about it, hear about it, hear it all the time. You know, you'll end up knowing the record, man. And it's called Train the Brain. You hear it on the radio all the time. You end up knowing it. You didn't even know that you knew it. It happens. So I don't really get caught up in that where I stay mostly focused on my artist music, so I know what record to put out. So I will listen to other records that is on radio and stuff like that. So I will know, what direction to make sure my artist is going in, because at the end of the day, that is their competition. So me really knowing the Reasonable Doubt album, once I start hearing the records, then I would, know the songs, probably know a few of them by heart. Can't front on that. I like the songs that was up there, that was on there. Um, but it's not nothing that I could straight off hand say, yo, that's my ish right there, yo. I got to hit rewind that back. My thing of the history that was going on with Reasonable Doubt when they first had dropped, they pushed it on their own. It didn't really take off, but they kept pushing and pushing it till they got that buzz out there. People started recognizing Jay Z as an artist, started taking off. So what they did, they re-released it. They re-released it. Mayana, peace. And once they re-released it, to my recollection, that's when it took off. So those are the reasons I guess Dame said it really didn't make them no money, because if you look at it at the end of the day, when they first put it out, they were spending money putting it out. Um, After they spent the money putting it out, if it didn't really do good the first time, second time they put it out, they probably spent more money putting it out. So after that, now they're chasing money that they put into it the first time, and then chasing the money that they put into it the second time, which probably was a bigger budget because at that time now Jay-Z got bigger and became a bigger artist. So once he became a bigger artist, they had to focus on long range places where he have a reach at now. So they had to put more money into it. We can't front. It did some numbers. So if you probably do the numbers, once they recoup the money that they got, and I'm just going off of my memory, if it served me correctly. Once it does numbers and they actually recoup the money from the beginning and the money that they might have just put into it as a big artist, and it did do some numbers, and after everybody get compensated for what they have into invested into the project, then it probably wasn't no real big money at that time. So that's why Dame more likely made that statement of, I don't care about reasonable doubt. It didn't make me no it didn't make me no money. Now for Jay-Z to want to celebrate it 30 years, and he look at that as something that's graceful to him because he's the artist. It's his creativity from it's his art from what he created from his brain. And people in the world loved it. Whenever they did catch fire, it did catch on fire. As far as people, the public loving it, it took off. So that's something that he's proud of, and he could have been still out there in the streets hustling. So whether it made him money or not, or it did make some kind of money, not millions of dollars, what Jay and Dame and Biggs got used to after they blew up even bigger after that album, they went on to other ventures that made them millions and big millions and big millions. So you don't want to compare or can't compare Reasonable Doubt to the bigger ventures. Only thing you could look at Reasonable Doubt as is that's what gave us our start to go to the next level. That's what gave us our start to go to the next level. So being that Jay is the artist, he have more invested in it because he's the one that came up with those lyrics. If it wasn't for Jay with those lyrics and rocking over the tracks, then no telling where they would have been at as far as going to the next level in their career, as far as Jay doing another album or anything. So he has more invested into it because it's like his baby. It's his artistry. So he want to celebrate it, and he want to celebrate it with the world. And 9 times out of 10, with it being celebrated with the world, maybe the kids will know who Jay Z is now. And with them being, all over the TV with certain things, if kids pay attention, if they hang around their parents and their parents is watching these things, 9 times out of 10, they will know who Jay Z is. Because, they were saying that Dame was saying that the kids do not know Jay Z. And in my mind, I don't know in Dame's mind, he probably would know better than me because they was friends. He probably, check stats. Those are things I don't pay attention to. Maybe Dame does. But in my mind, I would think that the kids would know him because he all over TV and social medias, and kids stay on social media a lot. Jay Z is a household name, a huge public figure, but I can't say that the kids will listen to his music. Kids don't really listen to a lot of grown up music anyway because they're stuck in the new up and coming or the new music that's out that's in their age bracket, and a lot of it is that I call it foolery music, which I think is dying down with that drill style music, and they caught up in that world. So nine times out of ten, they're not going to listen to a person like Jay-Z or anybody else for that matter that's on that age bracket. But that don't take away from Dame being correct that the kids don't care about Jay-Z, but they probably don't care about any other rapper that's at an age bracket like Jay-Z. So that's just me being honest and my opinion on that as far as the Jay-Z is concerned. And you got to look at it too. Um, a lot of these kids mental is stuck one way, and you know them thinking about grown folks music. I don't think they're in that era. When we was younger, we listened to grown folks music even at a young age. We used to like to ride around in the cars at 16, 15, ride playing the old school music that we grew up with in our family house, listening to our parents and uncles and aunts have parties and playing that kind of music. We thought that was fly. But we still had hip hop, but we didn't have too much of gangster hip hop. NWA kind of started it, but we got to go with Cool G Rap kind of started because he was talking all that rag rose to the riches and all that. He was talking that gangster first. NWA just took it to the next level, but that's just hip hop. Who's ever next up, people pay more attention to it, and hip hop is growing. So every year, hip hop grows to another level and or a different style of music. So that's just what that's all about. So with the with I want to make sure I state, say this clear as possible. With Jay Z also um, stating about D Johnson, salute, salute. With Jay Z making statements, man, about people being older, rappers being older, shouldn't be uh, trying to cater to the younger uh, kids. I mean, I agree to that. You shouldn't be talking about no bang bang, shoot 'em up, this, that, unless you tell them the story of what you used to do. But I think that people, rappers, I don't think that rap should never stop just because a person get 50, 60, whatever the age you is. If you're making that good, graceful music and you rapping about it, so be it. What's the difference? R&B people stay doing R&B till they however old. Look at Beverly Mays before he passed away. God bless him, R.I.P. As long as you saying the right stuff, you making songs that is feel good music, and with rap, you mix a little bit of rap with R&B to it. Cool, you telling the story. It doesn't matter your age. Um, so I don't see why a rapper get a certain age and shouldn't be rapping. That's like saying Jay Z shouldn't rap no more. He's still to me a seasoned rapper. He's still a seasoned rapper. He's just graduate to another level. You got to bust a rhyme, graduate to another level. It doesn't matter how old you are. Rob Book, salute. Rob Book said until you can't do it no more, then go for it. Why not? If you can make some music that people can rock to and bop to and make them feel good, like, oh, that's me right there. Oh, word. Something about, just being in the club, having fun, or you might be making a story about a love story, you and a woman, some old fly stuff. Like Ti just did that joint. I'm blowing money fast. Got my foot up on the gas. He ain't really talking no young boy stuff. He made a song. It sounds good. He might speak about a hater or two here and there, but we grown. Even if you hit 50, 60, you still speak that hater terminology or you lying. Even some 56-year-olds say you capping. I don't really say that word. I just straight up say you lying. But I don't see why nobody need to be stopping because it's rap. Why y'all got to put a cap on rap? Which that's one of the biggest things in our urban culture that makes us money, that help us take care of our family, open the doors for our other families. GT, salute. It should never ever be um frowned upon that you shouldn't be rapping no more when you can do R&B till the day you die. If you don't can't until you, like Ron Book said, can't do it no more. You're tired, your throat hurt or something. But if you can rock it, you still got swag and energy to walk across that stage and all that, like all these other Frankie Beverly and Mays and all them. They up there 80 some years old doing their thing. You got rock and roll bands, Mick Jagger and all them doing their thing. Why do rap gotta have a cap? Because y'all mix rap with street stuff. Y'all look at rap because it's more rappers that come from the street in the rap game. So it's like hustling, selling drugs. When you gonna stop selling drugs, man? Get you a job or do something right. But in according to our world, when you stop selling drugs and do something right, if somebody do something to you, then you don't have the right to call the police and live a citizen's life. You used to be a street dude. It don't matter because you rapping about street stuff. You still, it's a job. Oh, Williams, what up? It's still a job, man. So either way, rap should never have no cap on it. Period. Rap until you feel like rapping, as long as you're making the right songs that fits your age bracket. Now, if you rap and talk about something crazy, then that's different. You talking about something the young boys talking about, nobody don't want to hear none of that coming from a person like you. No. We don't even want to hear young boys talking about rap about stuff that they're doing about not even just saying 50 something years old. Let's just say talking some 40-year-old stuff or 35-year-old stuff if they never lived that life and don't know what they talking about, man. Now you ask some young boys to jump off the porch early that hang with older people and older men, older women. But you don't want to hear that coming from their mouth because you're gonna look at it like you being all grown. Oh, I don't want to hear that coming from you. You probably ain't never lived that life and probably have done it. But if you don't know him and you hear him rap about it, it just wouldn't sound right coming from a young boy. So it's all about staying in your bracket of what you're talking about. That's it. So I don't see Jay Z as being old and still rapping. He still is intriguing. This is my opinion. He's still intriguing mentally of what he could come up with next as an artist at his age bracket. So yeah, but once again, Dame was probably right far as it didn't make them no money, but it set them up for a lifetime of movement and using your brains to take that Reasonable Doubt album, even if it didn't make money, it did units though. It sold units. They probably recoup what they needed to recoup, split the money, whoever they had to split with, even amongst themselves. It really wasn't a big pile of millions, but it sold millions. So it makes sense what he's saying because later on down the road, from Reasonable Doubt, was able to create Rockaware, um, movies, paid in full, Paper Soldiers, made millions. Dame's ex-wife, um, he helped her create a clothing line. They made millions off that. Big Rex, what up? Salute. They made millions off that. GT said the young kids' music is trash. I agree. All that want to, harm each other and then do and really harm each other and then get on the records and even talk about it is foolery. It's all crazy. It's all crazy. Which that's dying out anyway. So the young kids ain't got no choice but to listen. GT said Reasonable Doubt was one of Jay Z's best albums he ever made. I mean, you got to write your opinion. A lot of people saying the Blueprint was, and then they said the 444 was his biggest album that blew him up. But like I said, Reasonable Doubt, even if it didn't make a lot of money, it's monumental to Jay-Z because it's like it's his baby. He was the one rapping, even though he was a business partner too, but he was the one rapping and put those lyrics together on there. So that means a lot to him. And it took him out of them streets. So if it took him out of them streets, then he has more invested in it than Dame or Biggs or whatever. My opinion, Dame, I don't think Dame wanted to give it up because him and Jay Z wasn't seeing eye to eye. He really didn't care about it. Him and Jay wasn't seeing eye to eye. And that's my bro. I just think that he was being nitpicking. And like, nah, I ain't letting him get it all the way up to however he lost it. He said he gave it away. Everybody said, you gonna be real to tell the truth about what happened with your man? Only thing I could go by what the tabloid said, that it was auctioned off for $100 or something, whatever. I think when Dame say he gave it away, he didn't really fight for it. He let it get auctioned off. He didn't care. He could have really got the money and paid for it and paid whatever he wanted to pay. But he didn't want to put up the money that they was asking for it because he really didn't make no money from it. So him putting up the money that they was really asking for it would have been affecting him from it didn't make money from the beginning. That's my take on that. Is why he failed to say he gave it away. He wasn't pressed for it. People looking at that it got auctioned off like it got took. It ain't. It's he just didn't fight for it. That's what I'm saying. For real. Bro Worth said, "Is you related to Russell Simmons? You two have the same similar characteristics, bro." Nah, but I've heard that before, bro. You wild, but I've heard that before. So I'm even pleased with a Reasonable Doubt album, man. The production on GT said the production on Reasonable Doubt is amazing. Yeah, Ski Beats did that. He from down, I think he from Winston Salem, man. And he got classic songs on it. The album is a piece of art. Can't hate on it, man. I like Jay, even though him and my bro not seeing I like Jay as an artist. I can't speak about other things. I never hung around him. I've been in the office with him once or twice. I've been at a show with him when he wasn't big, but when they was big at the heights, I was in the office with them. But I never really hung around him to know him as a person. But him as an artist, I like Jay as an artist. I like his music. He used to be on when we used to have the ringtones. I used to have some of his music on my ringtone. But according to Dame, only people that care about it the people that was there, which DeHaven spoke about it, and DeHaven have every right to speak about it. His name is all through it. Jay Z tells the story of him going through the things he went through being with DeHaven. So a lot of that is monumental to DeHaven. Even though him and Jay Z not seeing eye to eye, he come home, he made his own lane. Y'all might say he always talking about Jay Z, but that's his life story. So if Reasonable Doubt could give him something to talk about, as far as his life story is concerned, then that's a plus. One way I'm gonna get mines out of it, if you don't look out for me, I'm gonna get mines regardless, and it's putting money in my pocket. I can at least forgive you for not speaking to me anymore and tell me what happened, why you left me. I could take this and I can make money from it, and that's what David is doing, making money. He's creating his own lane, so that's a good thing. All the way up to after Reasonable Doubt, they start rocking and rocking. I got my artist signed, and I met Dame later on throughout the years through my brother Jay Black. That's one of my best friends. It's one of Dame Dad's best friends growing up. I met Dame through Jay Black. And Dame turned out to be one of my brothers as well. Well, I never turned my back on him because he did a lot of things for me, and I was able to reap some benefits from Reasonable Doubt, creating and making them big celebrities, big businessmen, which helped leaked over to me to get me some business inside of there. We signed an artist down here in Durham, North Carolina named Rick Vocals, man. GT said, "Oh, G, what I like about you is you call it how it is in a way and stay on your ground and tell the truth about facts. That's the only thing I can do, man. It's the only way we get our respect out here, man. I don't want to see it sugarcoat nothing because Dame is my homeboy. And him and Jay-Z ain't getting along anymore, not friends anymore. I gotta speak the truth. That's it. And then there's people like you, GT, that's gonna respect that and support what I'm doing. And hopefully I learn and meet other people along the way by just being real. That's the only thing I could do. But like I said, I appreciate the Reasonable Doubt album for real. I appreciate it because it created a path for me. Even when Dame started to pay them full. Paper Soldiers, I could have been in that, but I came up from North Carolina too late. But it didn't matter. I was around Kevin Hart when he was regular dusty Kevin Hart. No disrespect to him, he was just a regular dude at the time. Sat in the office with him when the movie was finished and watching him go over his scenes so he could critique what he was doing down at the Rockefeller office. I got a chance to witness that. I got a chance to be a part of the Paid in Full movie. I mostly was supposed to do consultant work. They put me in two scenes. Luckily, one of the scenes that I was in is a monumental scene. One scene. I ain't even speak because I couldn't because I ain't in the union. If I would have said 2 words, 3 words, they could have scratched that part because you have to pay. You have to be in the union. You got to have a SAG card to speak. So I didn't even have to speak and got a good role. People run up to me to this day. Can I take pictures? Can I take pictures? All of that comes from Reasonable Doubt. So I have to give my honor to that, to Reasonable Doubt, man. I have to. And I understand where Dehaven coming from. Especially the story that in the record, in those records, is about him, man. Rob Borg said him himself got to say, damn, it did good by getting lots of people their start in success. That's a fact. That's why you gotta respect that, man. Gentleman's Corner, what up, kid? 6-7, what's good? Book said, gotta give it to Dame. He started lots of people journeys. That's a fact. Gentleman Corner said Dame is super intelligent. That's a fact. A lot of people, don't understand. The music business is 90% business, 10% music. Without Dame brilliance, Sean J, you make the music, I'm gonna go over here and handle the business and get in these offices. Without that happening, there probably wouldn't be no Jay Z right now. Y'all gotta look at it. Jay Z was running with Daddy Kane for years, man. For years. Daddy Kane putting him on stage and let him rock out in a set while he go and get dressed. Yeah, that was being the pay the full facts. So yeah, it probably wouldn't have been no Jay Z without that business being handled. A lot of people just mad because of how Dame was doing his movement and tactics in an aggressive way. Yeah, he snapped and joked on a lot of people and all that, and now people saying, people snapping and joking on him. One thing I do know right now is Dame ain't pressed for no money. People keep that conversation like, yeah, Dame broke, this, that. This is why uh Cameron or Jay Z and them is not helping Dame. He don't need no help. He don't need no help. He's not messed up. Now, if he wanted some money for Jay Z or Cam to invest with him to do something, maybe we could say that. But as far as money, everywhere I went, he had big boy mansions, big boy joints, pools outside, pools inside of the house, all of the above. All from the first time and Jay Z broke up. I never seen him in a little house. Period. Never. Never seen, never not seen 3 or 4 cars outside big boy joints. Never. Not seen ever. So, that word broke is crazy, But he don't care what nobody say. One thing people need to learn in life, don't care what nobody say about you, especially when you're a star. Because it's internet, people get to see what people say on these comments. And people, if you don't have tough skin, you'll let it bother you and you'll crash out. So yeah, don't he's never doing that. He don't care what you call him broke, especially when you know you're not broke. Who cares? Boog said, yo, Boosie, I remember when Dame was first starting Jay, what was the name they were calling themselves back then? Do you remember? Nah, I can't, man. I remember the group Diamond in the Rough. That was the girls, though. I think that was a mill in them. 6-7 said Dame's broke is our rich. Facts. He might have lost a lot of money in coming up with doing the things he was trying to invest in. And then you got to look at it. Rumor is allegedly Jay Z had stopped, blocked him from being able to get deals, telling other people in the industries, the Universals and the Def Jams, and don't give Dame no deal, and then he rocking with him. That's the rumor. Don't quote me on it. I'm just going by what I hear. I do remember Warner Brothers hitting Dame up. I had it recorded. I had the video and everything. One of the representatives called like, "What's up, Dame? Yo, ain't no hating over here, man. We at Warner Brothers, man. We would love to have you come over here and work with us, man." And he's like, "F all that sucker talk and all that." And he was running with us at the time. And I had my artist, but he started slurring towards something else, and we didn't get a chance to pick an artist to go over there because he was busy doing something else. But they was pulling him in, but things happen. But everybody that be up come down a little bit. It's a matter about staying your ground, staying focused, and snapping back, going back up to the top. Everybody come down, man. You go up, you come back down. It's about going back up to the top. See, he's still comfortable enough till he find that one niche that he's looking for. And that's just me being real. And I ain't saying that because that's my bro. I'm just saying that's just how life is, man. They said Jay blocked the distribution deal with Suge, Jay Prince, Irv, and Dame. That was a rumor that also allegedly went and got on him, and that's when they said Irv and all them start going to the feds, and I think Suge got locked up around that time. Facts. Gentleman's Corner said peaks and valleys in life. That's a fact. You're gonna go down, then you come back up, man. And a lot of people got love and respect for Dame still. So it be fan base conversation. Cameron people like, yeah, Dame, he was talking junk about people there. He was disrespecting people when they was around him. People you see on the way up, you gonna see him on the way down. And no, that's why nobody's helping him. Once again, he don't need no help. Period. He just need businessmen and people that want to be business partners, which that's what we supposed to do in our culture. Learn this corporation movement. That's it. Everybody need to get together, and that's the only thing he was need. And then not only that, the distributors, if he was barred from or not barred, or oh yeah, we'll call you back, or we'll call you back, but cock blocked or blackdoored or whatever you want to call it, blackballed. Ain't too much he could have really did with music. That's why he started doing movies, because you can't stop movies. You can put your own movie movement out. Now you really can't stop nothing because they got too many other distribution platforms. You just get you one hit record, it's over after that. A lot of these new artists don't have to sign with these big machines, but they do it anyway. Then they crying later about they got jerked out of their deal. But if you was blowing up getting money, you should have knew to get a lawyer to check the deal that you signed or stayed on your own path and keep building. Let somebody pay somebody to come in and show you how to structure your company and structure you as an artist. You already big, rocking all over the radio. Forget signing with a label. Get you an art. Get you a person that know how to run a record label and you let them you pay them to put you in position and you keep your eyes on it and learn the business at the same time. That's a fact. Ron Book said a lot of foolery started going down in that industry after a while. Yeah, a lot of egos. Everybody was working hard, getting money when they was all broke, getting there, putting out mixtapes, putting them over here, putting them over there. Everybody working together. As soon as everybody get rich, now everybody want to talk crazy to whoever's more power than them. They feel like, nigga, I'm powered like you. I'm getting money right now too, so you ain't gonna talk to me crazy. But sometimes though, people do need to watch each other's mouths. I ain't gonna pinpoint nobody. Each other. Respect each other on that point and that level. Pull each other to the side. Yo, let me holler at you, bro. Where's in front of everybody, man? I ain't appreciate you saying something about my shirt. I know you like to snap and joke, but yo, please not with me. I ain't a snapper or a joker, man. I ain't with all that. I don't want to fall out with you behind that. That's just not me. Can you do that for me? And the man gotta appreciate that, man. Some people will sit around and laugh or get mad and leave and won't say nothing about it and didn't have something, a chip on their shoulder and didn't handle it the correct way. And then now, they go to animosity instead of just checking the man from the beginning. Like, yo, I ain't a laugher and a joker, bro. Like, please, man, you snap, can you leave me out of all that? In whatever manner. It might not just be snapping and joking, just whatever the business at hand is. Just let me do the business. But like I said, as far as Dame being needing something, man, all that he don't need nobody, man. Now, what he doing on the internet, he tells me all the time, yo, I fight my own battles, man. I'm good. I'm going up against Cameron. I'm going up against 50 Cent. Look who I go up against. The Jay-Z, I'm going up against big giants in this game. Going back at them by myself. I don't need nobody. Y'all just chill. Which ain't saying we's gonna get into any of that anyway. I don't get into grown men things, but especially when I know they was friends and all that. And a lot of people be asking me about Cameron. That's my boy. Jim Jones, my boy. I'll never get in the middle because at the end of the day, they brothers. Now I get in the middle of it, then they get back cool again. I'm looking crazy. I couldn't know. You got to be smart out here and know how to maneuver, man. You don't get into people business, man. When everybody is friends, and I might like him more than I like him. And even if I like Dame more than I like Cam, I like Cam. That's still my man. I ain't getting involved with that. I'm not gonna be in the middle when they going at each other. I'm just stand back, man, and watch the show myself, man. But I might pull Dame Code, be like, bro, why don't you just chill, man? I might pull Cam Coat, bro. What we gotta do to fix this, man? Y'all chill, man. Cause I got respect for all of them. I want to see them get back together, man. I wish we could have had a Rockefeller reunion, man. You know that broke the internet, the coliseums everywhere. Jay and Dame would have got back together, man. Why they get you come from building nothing into something. And as soon as you get something, now nobody is friends no more once everybody get rich. It happens with the majority of the crews. The Locks is the only one they ain't folded, but they're a group though. So I'm just saying business. Master P and them ain't really fall out with each other, but you have Birdman, Lil Wayne fall out for a little minute, but he expresses that's my son, Wayne. I'm never going against him, and I'm glad to hear that. We got a long way to go right now, man. Especially with all this ignorant street stuff. Who's a rat? You can't tell nothing because even though you're a businessman, but you used to be in the streets, y'all sound crazy, man. Jeremy Corner said Dan has a compound in Wyoming. Yeah, he has his own, and Kanye even gave him one because Kanye love him like a brother. That's a fact. Book said words stay neutral. That's their situation. Facts. Now, of course, if getting violent, then I can see you step in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to step in because I don't want nobody to get violent and get hurt. I step in even if it's to stop them arguing with each other. But I'm gonna step in respectfully on both parties. Like, bro, come on, chill, bro. Be back over here, bro. Chill, bro. I wish they would leave it alone, but at this point, I just sit back and watch, man. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, Weird said, when I finally get you back on the pool table, that'll be the day. No teams. You ain't ready for this pool game, man. I played for blood and meat. If I don't win, I don't eat, man. I tell people that every time, man. But yeah, man, we got to start sticking together. If I tell somebody, yo, I got a business deal, man. I got a business venture. Yo, get 5 people with $1,000. Let's build a quick corporation and go open up a Subways or something, man. Well, Doc, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. For real. Wataza, we got to stick together. If we keep playing these silly games, man, we gonna stay right where we at. Right where we at. It's bad enough that our people go to jail, come home, can't get jobs. Now y'all want to get rid of rap. Rap is one of the things that help our people get some money. What about if they get rid of us playing football, basketball? It's another thing for us to get money. Even though the best things to get into now and raising our kids, if they choose rap, let them choose. That's on them. But getting them into learning these AI classes, that's the next life. That's the next world. This tech movement is what we need to be training our kids. And if we teach them now this sticking together stuff and get them out of that thinking that it's cool to shoot at each other and bang each other out and all that stupidity, and it's over nothing because they can see each other on the internet and start beefing, and then when they see each other in the mall, they start firing off and hit innocent people. Now they ain't just stupid; it's silly. Everybody needs to start thinking about. And another thing, sticking together, opening up these businesses. When you put your money together, get the company rolling. Nobody don't need to worry about anybody's pockets. If I come in with Bugs that's up here, I mean, I came in with him with a situation. He gets a bigger percentage than I do. Companies start blowing up. I'm not worried about his percentage. I'm getting what my hand called for. That's just what it's supposed to be. That's that. When people start worrying about each other percentage, that's when the bull crap come in. Now, us as men, if we have room and have a meeting, let's say we might set up a yearly meeting to go over finances and what can we do to make things better, and or if we can make more money and everybody can get a cut, a higher cut, then that's what it be. But if not, don't try to force nothing and create havoc with each other. And it's vice versa with whoever's on top. Don't try to take more money than you're supposed to. Keep everything the same. Black people fall out about it all the time. Is why we don't stick together and we don't have successful businesses and it get bought out fast. That's just crazy, man. With us, man. It's crazy. But I commend what Jay Z, Dame Dash, and Biggs put together. They gave a lot of brothers a lot of opportunities, man, that went out there and fed a lot of families from New York all the way down to Philly, even with the dude Rail from South Carolina that was a singer on the joint. Everybody got a chance to eat, even with the artists I brought in and from Durham. Got the song dedicated to Aaliyah. That's when videos cost a lot of money, man. I spent 300,000 for my artist video. Shot it in Yonkers. Everybody got a chance to get some money, man. I still do paid in full parties, 90s parties. I host them, make my little couple racks, and I'm in and out. Come host, get on the mic, have fun with the people, throw your little 90s gear on. We still winning from Reasonable Doubt movement. We still winning. All bullshit word to Chris and Neef. That's why I say Philly. So Philly speaks for all of them. Chris Neef, Freeway, Osquito, Beans, and whoever else that they had managing them, that put money in their pocket. It's a trickle effect. That's why I say, man, I wish Dame and Cam could get it together. I wish Jay-Z and Dame, I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. But I wish that was the biggest thing, man. The separation is crazy. And them white people, man, the evil ones, because they're good white people, so don't get it twisted. I got great white friends. I'm talking about the evil ones. Evil ones separated that right there because they knew how powerful that would be from here on out. Our kids will probably be set up with something humongously big. Even if we took rap money, clothing line money, and opened up something else, like I just said, a tech company. We took some money and opened up a tech company, hired some of these geniuses from the colleges that's graduating, interns, put them in there and start building something, even if we don't even know about it, but learn it as we go along. We've been building our own Teslas, but we too busy out worrying about all the wrong stuff, man. And it travels. And this internet show you how ignorant our people is. That comments on these comments calling people rats after they done left the game alone. They should not be touched. Nobody should be able to rob nobody that is not in the drug world no more. That's a stupid rule. You should know who to rob. Don't gamble with robbing somebody that ain't in the stick up world no more and think that they supposed to say, "Oh, I'm gonna stop this and don't feed my family. I'm gonna get my thing. I'm going to look for them." And now they pull right back in. No, I'm not being an ignorant idiot like you to do that. Then they say you should just leave it alone because you was out there in the mean streets. They considering rap game the street game, man. Yep. He said them evil ones made that separation happen. I would, yeah, they made it happen. But one thing we all gotta say is we got our own mind. And the same way Dame was going at the white men and even some of the black men that was in power that was listening to the white men in there that was pushing buttons, should have still said, man, they, the ones that was running with Dame, they should have been like, nah, we ain't with that. They should have been following that path with Dame. That's when it was time to get together. Say, man, they in my ear. Let's don't do it. What we need to do, we got to, cause we got them in the chokehold and the frenzy, and then they would have tried something else. That's why they bringing public figures down. They giving Puff a fake charge because he's powerful, even though he has a reputation of being ignorant and all that stuff. And it's rumors he unalive Pac and Biggie and all that. Nobody don't know that. They keep bringing that up, bringing that up, bringing that up, bringing that up. But it's not true. But my point is, they trying to get rid of the public figure, send them to jail for something that they didn't do. And now they keep letting these women, what Stephon Diggs just went through, they got them out here not locking them up when they get caught lying. This lady on the stand lying, looking stupid. Now she just get to go and live her life. Stephon Diggs got to get with another team because he got dropped from one of the biggest teams in the NFL where he was comfortable, lost endorsement deals. She don't get nothing because she was mad and jealous because he wasn't giving her no attention. She thought that when she came over there, she was gonna get in a good spot, locked in, and probably marry him one day. That's what was in her mind. She ain't understanding. Keep it neutral. If he come to me, he come to me. If not, if I like keep sexing him, I'll sex him. I'ma still do my job and be a cook. No, she started coming up with evil plots how to do things and not paying attention that it was cameras. with every little thing she did, and she didn't know that the receipts is still there. She should have known that if she was that smart, but she wasn't even smart enough to come up with a plan to go ahead and lie on them the correct way. Not only that, the police knew that she didn't have no marks on her. I've watched YouTube channels. When the woman don't got a mark on them, they not, and the man saying, I didn't hit her. She hit me. If he ain't got a mark, it's his word against hers. Police can't prove nothing. They not even gonna lock nobody up, man. They still locked this man up. After 2 weeks, she reported it. After 2 weeks with no marks on her. She ain't take pictures, nothing. And gave him birthday present. One after he's supposed to have put his hands on her and choked her and all that. And why would the police write this up? What kind of prosecutor would even tell the police, yeah, we got a case? Just because it was a superstar, high profile is the only reason why they did it. And they don't care because the police don't get in trouble for it, prosecutor don't get in trouble for it, and the lady that report this crime don't get in trouble for it. And I keep telling and saying, when is we going to get a politician to get in there and make a law against a woman, even a man if he lied a woman, just to try to get some money, get them locked up and know the lawsuit coming next. You want to work on getting them locked up. It's all play. When they going to make a law for that? And they don't have one. They need to get on that. They got a law against 911. If you call to make a fake, you can stand by Walmart and say you seen somebody rob somebody. And it's on camera that you are lying. That wasn't even nobody standing next to you. Nobody got robbed in front of this camera. You going to jail for reporting a fake crime. So how in the world a human being can send a man to jail, mess his career up, and they don't have a law against that? How make that make sense to me, y'all? For real. That's crazy. Paul said Dame started talking his smarts and making sense, and the evil knew it. And Dame was aggressively letting them know he's seeing through their BS. And that's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's a fact. They seen it. And that's why they've been trying to get rid of Dame. They tried to put a girl in his house. But she ain't know she was on camera. She's stealing out of the pocketbook and all that. Then try to say that Dame came in her room and he let her sleep in the daughter room and Dame came in there. And this lady looked like nothing, man. Dame been around bad chicks his whole career that I know. I can't say his whole life because I don't know what he was doing back in his up and coming. I'm just saying his whole life, man. But then it was on camera. She's stealing and everything. Case dismissed. They tried him. It's dangerous when you become a star, a big face out here, man. And the ones pushing the buttons is the ones that's been regulating before we got into this game. And that's all they're gonna try to do is get rid of us, man. Because we're gonna be able to take our future kids to the next level to be equal to what they got going on. But they're gonna always come up with a way. Look at Easy E. He dies unexpectedly from HIV. Come on, man. All this is crazy. He was a powerful figure. He was going to the next level, man. Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby. It ain't no secret when a woman could come in 20 years later and say Bill Cosby gave her a pill and then he still get time from it. And then when he gave the time back, they found out it was a lie. Nothing happened to the lady. Nothing. Shanice Brewster said that's scary. Very scary. This is how it is. Why you think Dame, he loves saying he broke. He don't want nobody to think he got money because every time you got bragging about you got money, they come get you. Look at Floyd Mayweather right now. We don't know what they saying about him is true or not, but they coming at his neck now about money. Everybody better be careful. But their public opinion, our culture like to laugh at people when they up there and they see him coming down. He broke now. Oh, word, they saying this. That ain't funny because somebody saying somebody broke. And it ain't about being broke. It's about snapping back. Now, if you be broken, you stay broken, you out doing, moving around ignorant, doing ignorant things, then that's different. But you got a brother like Dame still out here, and I ain't speaking because he my bro. He's still out here doing things, making moves. He did a few projects that didn't go crazy successful the way he did before, but he got a lot of people that's rooting against him too. But he's still in there making moves. Ain't nobody ever seen him nowhere looking messed up. Except for what he do it, whatever he was doing on his own with the teeth and all that. He ain't shied down from it. He put it in his mouth now in front of everybody. I mean, hey, you can laugh at what you want to laugh at, but I'm gonna put these projects out and get to that bag. I am who I am. I ain't being fake and fronting. I can respect the person that straight up would be opposed to straight up acting like they doing what they doing and they really not. So it's like Boog said him and Dan went to junior high together. He always stayed with the girls back then. See, you can speak on that, bro. Cause you're a Harlem veteran, so you've been around. Bro Williams said Dame fed a lot of people. That's a fact. He fed a lot of people. And people say, well, yeah, he did put Cam and Kevin Hart and them on, but they don't owe him nothing. They say, yeah, they should respect him, but they don't owe him nothing. Yeah, you should respect the person who put you in position. And no, you don't. They don't owe him nothing. But at the end of the day, a person that puts you on is a person that, out of respect, you would make sure that they have something and make sure they all right. Cam tried now. Cam and Mace offered $1 million, so we can't stun on that. They told the story. I offered him $1 million, and he told him, hold up, he about to see something else, this, that, did. And right after that, him and Cam fell out. I don't know what happened. But Cam offered. But that's why we supposed to make sure we put each other on. So if I fall, you still get money. You give me 5,000. My other boy give me 5,000. Ain't nobody gonna never know I fell. I'm still rocking, and we all moving, and then we putting our other mans up. But then sometimes we pull in the wrong people. We got messed up people everywhere. Black, white, Chinese, whatever. You always got some people that's just selfish and ignorant and jump off the train and make the train derail. Everybody character just ain't gonna go, which it should, but everybody's character not always gonna fit in with doing what's right, because that selfish tendency kick in is normally come from how they was raised and have selfish tendencies, man, and it messed the business up, man, for real. Sharika Brewster said nowadays people put people on to be on top. They don't get no credit at all. That's a sad story. That's a fact. And that's a fact all day long. The game is changing. People are funny style when it comes to money and greedy and selfish out here. Yeah, they care about money more than they care about the next level. And the next level is I love to get some money, but I love who works with me. I want to make sure they keep getting money. I want to stay on them. They stay on me. We keep each other still sharp and still. If you getting 20 million and I'm getting 2 million, I ain't mad. This is what my hand called for. I'm gonna figure out how to get me 20 million like you. But if we getting 20, then next week we get another, you get 20, I'm gonna get another two. That's what my hand calls for. But while I got my two, I'm figuring out another plan to take my 2 or 4 million that I'm just made and try to figure out a way to get me 20 million because I want to be inspired by you. I don't want to be jealous by him or her if she my partner. We gonna rock and keep rocking. I'm not gonna be counting your pockets. Nah, it's crazy. It's too much jealousy, facts, and envy about that bag instead of sticking together, making bigger bags, seeing eye to eye. That's all I'm saying, folks. Too much jealousy, man. We need to start preaching more. Stop worrying about the next man pockets if y'all partners. Make sure y'all do contracts. Everything is on paper so everybody know what they get. Nobody can't say later on down the road, we did a verbal agreement of you get 20, I get 30. No, we said we was getting 2.5 and 2.5. No, bro, you was getting 20 and I was getting 30. Nah, that's not what was said and all that extra stuff. That's why contracts is needed. It's not no, I don't trust you. It's just, let's just say you might have forgot. This contract never gonna forget. It can't forget. So that's just what keep people in line and keep the business aligned. Do more contract work, but it's better that way because it's professional. All professionals and people that win and stay winning these big corporate companies, they do contracts. Even corporate people fall out too. Seeing it with my own eyes, it happens. But it don't be more or less than they in each other's business. Certain things that they want to fall back from if the business not doing good, numbers ain't right. Some people want to pull back, and then you might got some conniving stuff that go on in corporate also. But us as a black culture, we can't afford that, man. We can't afford to do that, man. We right now we gotta tighten up more than we ever did. If our ancestors didn't tighten up the way they did, we wouldn't be free the way we are now to do the things that we are doing now. We'll still be stuck back there because they sacrifice. It's time to sacrifice and say, yo, let's don't worry about who got all the money. Let's make sure everybody getting some money. Now let's do it the right way. That's just it. It's the only way, man. Can't worry about everybody money, man. But we got to stay focused because it's getting dangerous out here. Your kid might blow up and get some money, preferably males. The boys, the men get a lot of money, and then they're going to be a target for women that's they don't have no consequences under their feet when they lie and try to get a man locked up just to get his money because she's mad at him now. And she want to come up with a story to get him locked up. And after the charges go through, here come the lawsuit. If they couldn't do a lawsuit, if they tell them, well, you can't do no lawsuit, they probably still press charges because they mad and devious. They say women are the most devious creatures on the planet. I ain't make this up, ladies, so don't get mad at me. That's what they say in the statistics is. But if you really tell them, you will get charged 5 to 10 years if this come out to be a lie that you saying on this man. That'll get cut short. Nobody, it won't make up nothing no more. And a lot of the reasons, my theory, why they not stopping it and letting them, and no politicians don't care is because these big time corporate people who run the music business, run this movie world, they utilize that. They'll get a woman to get up under the man, learn some stuff about him, and let them create a lie. That's how they tear down a black man when they get real powerful. They utilize our women to tear us down. So we can't get to that next level when you're about to explode and be on the level like the rich white dudes up there in that corporate ladder, and you're a powerful figure like I just used Puff for existence because Puff was the almost where he supposed to be, boy. Michael Jackson too. They get up under there. They send a woman to get you. Michael Jackson, though, what they do, they put allegedly that doctor. We ain't heard nothing about that doctor no more. Where's that doctor? He did 3 years. I want to know how rich he is right now, how he's living, how his house look, cars look. We heard nothing about this doctor no more, man. Where he at? But he got rid of one of the greatest entertainers on this planet, if not the greatest entertainer on this planet, man. Was watching these guys debate about Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. They telling the dude that was saying Chris Brown knows the date he do backflips. Michael didn't do none of that. They said Mike didn't have to do that. He come on stage and stand there for 10 minutes and don't say nothing. And the crowd going crazy. Girls passing out. He still ain't saying nothing. Yeah, who could do that? Just be a mannequin and make people scream and go crazy. Nobody done that yet. It's people that's passed away just being in the presence of Michael coming on that stage. Died. It's documented, man. God bless them. RP to them. I'll be damned if I die over somebody because you a star and all that, and I like you. I don't care. I like you a lot and all that, but I ain't gonna die for you, man. It ain't gonna happen. But it's a fact. So yeah, man, I want to come up here like and put my insight on the reasonable doubt, man. But I'll be back. I got some things to do, man. I gotta run around a little bit before it get too late. Appreciate my knowledgeable people out there. Appreciate that super chat. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And everybody, please hit that like button for me. I appreciate everybody that come up here and hold me down and and been loyal to the Street Knowledge podcast. We not finished, man. We getting ready to go to the next level, man. Your boy Big Boosie. I'll be back, man.